In this video I want to look at problem number 63, continuing on evaluating limits algebraically. And we have a lot more complicated expression there, but still all we have to do is to do the algebra, and we should have no trouble with it. So we start with limit as delta x approaches 0, x plus delta x quantity squared, and we're just going to expand that out. Then we're going to have 2 times the quantity x plus delta x, and we'll distribute the 2 there, plus 1, and then minus the quantity x squared minus 2x plus 1, and all over delta x. Now this may just seem like a lot of numbers and symbols there, a lot of expressions, and you may not see the purpose for this. This is actually what we call the derivative, or the instantaneous rate of change of the function x squared minus 2x plus 1 for any x value. And we're going to learn that later, but this is the algebra that you need to accomplish that successfully. So I will do the expanding and distributing in the numerator. We have the limit as delta x approaches 0. X plus delta x quantity squared is going to give us x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared. So x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus 2x minus delta x. Then plus 1, and finally we'll apply the negative 1 to each term inside the parentheses. We'll get negative x squared plus 2x and minus 1. And that's all over delta x. Now, as I said in a previous video, whenever you do these types of problems, anything in the numerator that doesn't have a delta x factor should cancel out, or should zero out. So let's see if that's true. We have the x squared, and we have another x squared, a minus x squared later on. We have the negative 2x and a positive 2x. We have a plus 1 and a minus 1. And that leaves us with 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus 2 delta x, all over delta x, like so. Again, we're going to factor out a delta x in the numerator, cancel that with the denominator, and see what's left. So first off, when we factor out a delta x, we'll be left with 2x plus a delta x from the delta x squared, and finally a minus 2, and all over delta x. The delta x's outside will cancel, and we'll be left with the limit as delta x approaches 0 of 2x plus delta x minus 2. We set only the delta x to 0, and we'll end up with 2x minus 2. And that is the limit of that entire expression there. So again, this is a strategy, a technique, a skill that we're going to be using extensively when we get into Chapter 2, especially in the first section of Chapter 2, but you can learn and make sure you're fluent with the algebra required for that now. And 64, I will go on into a separate video on that.